Imagine this, you're Tobias, a regular guy who's just found himself in the heart of a nightmare. It's a chilly, pitch-black night, and the only sounds are the pounding of your heart and your heavy breaths fogging up in the cold air. You've just escaped from gunmen, leaping over fences and dodging shadows until you find yourself in an old abandoned house. The walls are peeling, the air is stale, and you're enveloped in complete darkness. Sitting there, your back against the cold, hard floor, you try to steady your racing heart. You take deep breaths, each one a whisper in the vast silence of the house. "What the?" you mutter to yourself, the words barely escaping your lips. The reality of the situation is just too much to grasp. Then suddenly outside voices shatter the stillness. "Where did he go?" one man shouts, his voice laced with frustration and anger. The echo of his words seems to bounce off the very walls that are hiding you. Another voice joins in, more callous. "Forget him, he must be dead. I'm sure I hit him." You feel a chill that has nothing to do with the night air. They're right outside. Can they hear your breaths? Can they sense your fear? As their footsteps fade away, you're left in silence once more. But now, it's a silence filled with the weight of what just happened and what could have been. You're safe, for now, but the night is far from over. This isn't just a story of escape, it's a story of survival, of the will to live, even when the darkness seems all-consuming. It's about finding a light, even if that light is just the hope of seeing another day. So, what would you do if you were Tobias? How would you survive the night? Stick around and let's dive deeper into this heart-pounding adventure. Remember, every shadow, every whisper of the wind, could be more than it seems when you're running for your life. Tobias's mind races, replaying the events that led him here. He was just an ordinary guy, living an ordinary life, until everything changed in an instant. One moment, he was walking home from work. The next, he was being chased by men with guns. What did they want? Why him? The chase was relentless. He could hear their footsteps, their shouts, the gunshots that whizzed past him. He had to keep moving, had to stay ahead. He found brief moments of respite, hiding behind walls in alleyways, but they were always close behind. He couldn't afford to stop, not even for a second. Determination fueled him. He had to survive, had to find out why this was happening. There had to be a reason, a way out. And then he saw it. The old, abandoned house. It was his only chance. He sprinted towards it, praying it would offer some kind of refuge. Inside, the house was a maze of darkness and decay. Every creak of the floorboards, every rustle of the wind outside made his heart race. He found a spot, a corner where he could sit and catch his breath. He had to think, had to plan his next move. He listened intently, trying to make out any sounds that might indicate the men were near. The silence was both a comfort and a curse. Fear and determination battled within him. He couldn't let fear win. He had to stay sharp, had to stay alive. He peered out a window, seeing shadows move outside. Were they still looking for him? How long would they search? He found a piece of wood, something he could use as a weapon if it came to that. He wasn't going down without a fight. Amidst the fear, a glimmer of hope sparked within him. He had made it this far. He could make it through the night. He took a deep breath, steeling himself for whatever came next. He was ready. He had to be. The night stretched on, ominous and quiet. Every second felt like an eternity, but Tobias was determined to see the dawn. This was his story, his fight for survival, and he wasn't going to let the darkness win. As the first light of dawn began to break, Tobias knew he had made it through the worst, but the journey was far from over. He stepped out of the house, looking around cautiously. The world was waking up, but the danger was still very real. With a determined stride, he walked away from the house, ready to face whatever came next. This was just the beginning of his fight for survival. The sun rose, marking the start of a new day. For Tobias, it was a day filled with uncertainty, but also with hope. His silhouette against the rising sun was a testament to his resilience, his will to survive. No matter what lay ahead, he was ready to face it. The journey continues, and Tobias moves forward, one step at a time, into the unknown. His story of survival is far from over. Stay with us as we follow Tobias on this heart-pounding adventure. The night may be over, but the real challenge has just begun. This is Escape in the Shadows, Tobias's close call. The story of a man who refused to give up no matter how dark the night became. Join us next time as we delve deeper into Tobias's journey, uncovering the mysteries and dangers that lie ahead, and how he became one of the most prolific gunmen in his city. Remember, in the darkest moments, it's the will to survive that lights the way. Until next time, stay safe and keep your light shining.